Hi, Pat.
Hey, Kirk, welcome to episode 34. We're calling this one Jerk.
So whose idea was it anyway? You know, the whole jerk thing.
Well, it was Ivy's.
Oh, yeah. Some jerk.
Well, Chastain signed off on it too, so, you kind of got to blame everybody.
I'm sure they just wanted to deflect attention from themselves.
Well, the way life is jerking all of us around, it's just kind of a knee-jerk reaction that we'd come up with a title like that.
Well, I know I've been a jerk. I haven't really been terribly active the last few months.
Well, hey, you can go get a job as a soda jerk.
Looking forward to a really great show. Thanks for doing the heavy lifting.
Hey, with this outfit, it's more like a clean and jerk.
LoatheCast!
So, this month's episode is Jerk.
That's right. Episode 34, Jerk. How did we come up with that title?
Some jerk told me that we should call it Jerk, and it ended up as Jerk. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, that's all right. We've got a lot of things from a lot of people, but we have a lot of Nate and Owen, again, as usual.
Love Nate and Owen.
So we're listening to B&R's song One Ping Only in the background.
All right, let's listen.
What do you think a jerk is? Like, if you were to utter the phrase, you fucking jerk, when would that come up? When would that come up?
When you do something really stupid, when you act in a manner that is, well, like an imbecile.
So, for me, that comes up a lot when I drive. And somebody cuts me off or something like that. For some reason, jerk comes up. It comes to mind. It's one of the first words I think of. It's not asshole, it's jerk. Why jerk when you drive?
Well, that's you. I don't know.
I don't jerk when I drive. I ask you why jerk when you drive.
I asshole when I drive.
What does that mean?
I yell asshole.
Because I didn't mean it in a double entendre fashion.
No, not at all.
Where's Steel Me?
Hey, Dave, the ocean called, and they're running out of shrimp. Yeah? Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
Jerk is sarcastic, mean, unforgiving, and never misses an opportunity to make a cutting remark. Jerk's repulsive personality quickly alienates other... What the fuck? I thought this was gonna be good. I got robbed.
Do you not fucking read it before you go on there?
Well, I've read...
Amateur.
This...
So disturbing.
I don't really have the voice going around which I can record all of this documentation.
Hey! I was thinking about being a jerk with this neighbor I have. He's this guy that likes to play house music. I have a studio in Oakland. Oh, it's Mark Erickson in Oakland. Got a big warehouse. My neighbor is this guy that likes to play house music, and I hate it. I think it's better to actually be in a club or something. This is crap. Than actually living with it. Something will happen because I can be a serious jerk when someone messes with me. I went over yesterday and talked to him. He was a little guy. I'm 6'1". He's about 5'8". I looked down at him and just kind of said, I'm a nice guy. Hate to be a jerk, to come over and tell you that your music sucks and it's bugging me. We got to do a compromise. He asked me, what compromise? I said, well, you don't play your crap and I don't, do something stupid. But anyway, got to talk to the local guy here. We got to work something out. But, he's been pretty cool, but I think he broke up with his girlfriend because his crap is coming through more lately. I don't mind it during the day. I can always play my music. I have a pretty big stereo, so I could probably mutter the little guy. Muffle, not mutter. Muffle his but it's just beat. Beat is boom, boom, boom. Yeah. It's for a club, and I don't go to those clubs, so that's where it should be. Places I don't go to.
Mark Erickson from Oakland, thank you.
Yeah, this is Dave, and I'm a jerk because every time I'm on the road, somebody's driving too slow, I have to fucking pull over and yell at them and stuff. Yeah, so I'm a fucking jerk. What are you gonna do about it? Kiss my ass.
Hey, where's your hooch?
I got nothing.
Pick a spot, man. You're like all ass.
I'm all over the place, but that's just kind of jerk I am.
Yeah. And who's that hooch guy?
I don't know.
Some jerk.
Some idiot.
Yeah, we hate those guys.
How about more Nate and Owen?
Yeah.
Jerk. That's a nice ring to it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, although, well, I mean, whenever I think of jerk, though, I don't necessarily think of jerk. I think of like jerk off.
Yeah, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Jerky?
No.
Jerky come to mind?
Jerk off.
Jerk off.
Whether you are a jerk off or whether you are jerking off.
Yeah, used as a noun or a verb?
Both, either one. I mean, something sexual or something.
Do you think the word, when you call somebody a jerk off, though, is that sexual? At all? You mean in
its nature, yes, because what you're calling them basically is someone who, you're calling them a masturbator.
I don't think so.
What do you think it is?
Calling somebody a jerk off?
Yeah.
Just calling them a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just say asshole? There's a specific. Here's what.
Yeah, there's a specific reason
here's the
you
thing.
call them a jerk off.
Or just jerk. You're being a jerk. It's not necessarily.
Yeah, but you use jerk off when you want to say asshole and you can't because of the people you're around, your company.
Yeah,
that's when you use.
Yeah,
jerk
that's
off.
what I'm saying. Jerk or jerk off or.
And the euphemism of sorts.
It's a euphemism, but here's my problem with it. It carries almost no weight. Jerk. Jerk.
What do you think carries more weight, jerk or jerk off?
Jerk off, because it's
an added word.
Yeah, it's an added word, and it's slightly
kind of that accent or the emphasis.
But I don't have any real stories. But Chastain wants to talk about when we were being a jerk. Well, I was a jerk to my mom on the phone earlier today.
No, you were a dick. There's a difference.
No, I was a jerk. I was being a jerk. If I'd been a dick, I would have started screaming at her with swears. I was only screaming at her.
Ow! Don't jerk on it. Stroke it gently.
Hello, folks. Regan here. Just wanted to let you know that Loathe Music Volume 2 has been released for your enjoyment. It is packed full of fantastic music from the second year of LoatheCast by bands like BNR, The Art Dibs, The Southtown Gyms, and bands that I'm not in, like Blazophonic, Bombay, and The Phonics. There's also Thistle Given, J.Y. Kelly,
Leo Grant, Dave Whitbeck, Dave Norman, The Two-Stroke Blokes, Trey Fun Guys, The Chicklets, Jason Chastain, Boyle Rabbits, Run Rabbits.
There's a mind-blowing amount of music on this CD, and all of it can be yours for free. Just go to loathmegacorp.com and click on the music tab at the top, and boom! It's right up there. Check out the MP3s or buy a CD, or buy a few, why not? Loathe Music Volume 2. So good it'll blow your mind.
Stay tuned for that contest. It's coming up much later in this episode.
Much later.
So you gotta pay attention.
Hey, can we rig that contest?
What kind of jerks would do that?
Hi, this is David calling in with some thoughts and meditations on jerk. What it is to be a jerk. What is a jerk? Is a jerk a bad thing or a good thing? Now, sometimes we run into people who behave offensively, rudely. They put their needs and their desires before all others to achieve their goals. We often find that offensive if we are on the wrong side of that and label these people as a jerk. But who amongst us has not had to proceed in such a manner to achieve our end goals and our desires? I think we all have been a jerk at some point in our lives. As a child, my father only hit me maybe 4 times. Each time it was because I was a jerk. I certainly egged him on, goaded him into that reaction, something he never wanted to do, and something he surely felt far along after the pain of whatever impact I suffered went away. That being said, he's a great man and always apologized. Myself, I don't know that I ever really apologized for goading him into it, which probably makes me the bigger jerk. But that's not always such a bad thing. Sometimes we do need to get things done. I, as a retail manager, often find myself behaving as a bit of a jerk to get people to do things in a timely fashion. Sometimes you have to be curt or abrupt. Often I get people returning items or people who have no real concept of what it is they want or are talking about, who just won't leave me alone. So I behave in an abrupt and curt manner. Surely, as they leave the store, these people must think I am a jerk. I am okay with that.
So what exactly is a retail manager?
Well, it's a manager of a retail store.
He's very proud of being a retail manager.
Well, he is. He's a nice guy. He really isn't a jerk.
Well, but sometimes apparently he's forced to be a jerk.
Well, that's the way the world works.
Nate and Owen are jerks.
So we have to have another word. We have jerk, asshole. What else do we have? Douchebag, bitch.
Oh, that's only used in certain cases. I mean, you know when somebody's being a douchebag.
Okay, but are you being a douchebag or are you a douchebag? That's what I was getting at with asshole. Or are you being a jerk or are you a jerk? See, they're all things. Some of these things.
No, but I think asshole is more permanent than jerk. For him. No, I think asshole is something you work towards.
Like you start out as a jerk?
Yeah.
And then you become a douche, and finally you end up as an asshole.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to be
like a tadpole becoming a frog. It happens that way.
No, it's like a tadpole becoming a frog, becoming a horrible mutant with 8 eyes, and I mean, asshole is the pinnacle. Asshole is the top.
So if you're a jerk, do you envy assholes?
No, you don't.
Do you want to get there, or do you just get there unconsciously?
It's an unconscious thing. Being mean-spirited for most people is unconscious because most people have hearts of darkness.
My name is Narthan Darthan Black.
All right. I admit it. Last year at the live show, I was a total jerk. I promise. We do another live show this summer. I won't be such a stinking jerk. I promise, really. Well, okay, last year I was an asshole. So I guess this year I could be a jerk, and that would be an improvement, right? Right?
So we get back to the word jerk. Now, I was thinking about this just a moment ago. Is Chastain a jerk?
No, he's the #1 asshole. Everybody knows that.
So what makes him an asshole but not a jerk?
He's too vulgar to be just a jerk.
Yeah, and just the way he looks. He doesn't look like a jerk. He
Here's
looks
a
like
jerk.
An asshole.
A jerk is more akin to a douchebag.
So a frat boy's a jerk. Yeah. Chastain's an asshole.
You have to be
37-year-old designers are assholes. Frat boys are jerks.
You have to be more intelligent to be an asshole. An asshole requires some kind of intent to really harm somebody's feelings.
Yeah, I think an asshole, there's some malice associated
with it. A jerk, I think, is more just your natural personality. Like, without thinking how you treat people. You're a jerk. An asshole, that, like I say, that's intense. That is.
See, I think jerk is based off of individual circumstances and incidents, and I think asshole is just an inherent trait. True.
Well, I think that...
I think those guys are overthinking jerk. Or they're at least putting their brains to it. It's because... Well, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say that I think maybe they're onto something there.
About Chastain being an asshole?
No, about him not being a jerk.
Not a jerk, but...
We know he's an asshole. Okay. But he may not be a jerk.
How are we defining our terms?
Well, they defined him fairly clear, a jerk is just an ignorant person, and he's being a jerk because he's ignorant. An asshole, on the other hand, has intelligence and is specifically trying to be a jerk, so he overshoots it and becomes an asshole.
Well, that's Chastain in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually all of us, probably, in a nutshell, one way or another.
More so Chastain, I think. Anyway, so that's it for part 1.
That's right.
Let's move on to part 2. What do you think?
Yeah, let's get that going. One little thing that I wanted to say real quick. Owen, Nate, and Chastain all won awards from the ONPA, Oregon Newspaper Publishing Association.
That is so sweet.
While these guys are kind of jerks, they're doing really good at their job. Chastain also received an honorable mention for his best graphic design. So, smart guys on our team.
They're talented jerks.
Doesn't that give them a different name?
Jerk.